Hello everyone, I hope you had a great 4th of July and I hope you're having a great 4th of July weekend. I know it's been super hot and it was super hot on the 4th, but we're cooling down just a little bit. I mean, we've had the cloud cover rolling in today. I've seen a few, rain droplets on my car, so cool down is expected and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So the good news is that there is relief coming for the interior and the south central region as well. But jumping right into it, our picture of the day is from Rachel, and it's honestly a great depiction of kind of what I'm going to be talking about. We have the sun shining right there, representative of this week that we've had, and then there's all those clouds and that rain rolling in, and that's what we can expect to start seeing mostly tomorrow, but rolling in into next week. So the interior heat is going to continue, and we saw that today. We're going to see that a bit more tomorrow with those temperatures, but it is going to cool down next week for South Central, for the interior. Honestly, most of the state is going to be seeing a drop in temperature, and that also means some cloud cover and some rain potential as well. And that's what that low pressure is rolling into the South Central region. Now that's going to be bringing us some relief. Now, I wanted to include this satellite imagery from NOAA and the National Weather Service. In this picture, you can see the satellite imagery of all of the wildfires that we've been having across the state. So I thought it might be able to, put some perspective as to what those wildfires are looking like just from space. So you can see how big each of those are. You can see all of that haze and that lighter gray cloud, that's haze and smoke. And you can see that rolling in through most of the interior of the state. So this fire is really spreading and it's really showing on that satellite imagery. But the good news is that we have this low pressure system that's just south of South Central, and that's going to be pushing through the next couple of days. So tomorrow and Monday especially, you can see the interior is covered in green right now in this imagery, and that's showing that we're going to have some moisture rolling in. So that means cloud cover, that means more rain as well. So you can expect to look forward to that rolling in, and even the southeast region you can see is about to get a lot of rain. So southeast, you're going to have more rain, you're going to have more cloud cover, but so is the interior. So there is good news when it comes to all that wildfire activity we've been having, and the interior is going to start to see a lot more rain coming in, probably mostly on Tuesday and Wednesday. That's when you're going to start to see it really picking up. But over here in the interior, we're going to start to feel that tomorrow. We've already been feeling that today, but we'll mostly be seeing that tomorrow. So for our forecast for our temperatures tomorrow, temperatures are going to stay pretty warm. Temperatures are going to stay relatively normal for what we saw yesterday and today. So temperatures in Anchorage are going to be typically around the 70s, and in Fairbanks and the interior, you're seeing temperatures in the mid 80s for tomorrow as well. So that's going to start to cool down just a little bit, but with all of our different cameras across the state, you can already see that cloud cover rolling in for Anchorage. I know this morning it was super sunny and very warm, and today it started to cool off as we got into the afternoon to evening hours. And Fairbanks, same story. It was mostly sunny, and now it's mostly cloudy with temperatures staying in the low 80s. And Ketchikan and southeast region entirely, you're seeing more of that cloud cover that you can see right there. Lots of low clouds and lots of moisture. So get used to that for the next couple of days. That's going to be sticking around. And Palmer and the Mat-Su area, you're pretty much going to be seeing similar conditions with clouds starting to roll in the next few days. Temperatures are going to stay relatively similar to what you saw today, but winds are going to pick up a lot. So you're going to be seeing winds gusting around 20 to 30 miles an hour. And that's not great news for our fire danger, but with all this moisture that we're going to be seeing the next few days, it's going to be okay because we have that coming in as well. So looking ahead on our satellite and radar, there is that low pressure system that I had mentioned, and up towards the interior and the slope there's that high pressure, and that's the reason you've been seeing clear skies and hot temperatures is that high pressure, but it's starting to move out and dwindle away, and now we have this low pressure that's moving up through South Central into the interior, and you can see all of those green areas and that yellow area, that's more rain. So Fairbanks and the interior, great news for you. You're going to have some rain coming in this week, and that's really going to help with this fire danger that we've been experiencing. And up on the North Slope, even some of those higher elevation regions are expected to see some snow. So very interesting weather week that we're about to be having. And again, it's great news for whenever that comes to fire danger. So right now, here's our tower cam of Anchorage. It's apparently a little bit windy up on the roof, seeing winds at 20 miles an hour and gusting close to 40 miles an hour. So that's pretty crazy. And we're seeing that haze kind of in the distance, and you're especially seeing that haze in Fairbanks right now. Look at that haze. It really tints that sky and really tints the town. So that haze is probably going to stick around a little bit more with those winds pushing all of that haze eastward. But again, good news. Rain is on the way. Look at the expected rainfall for Fairbanks. Tomorrow night, not too much rain, but you will start to see it pick up towards Tuesday and Wednesday especially. And down in Seward, you're going to be seeing some rain picking up as well for the next few days. In the southeast, you're seeing rain tonight, pretty much tomorrow, and pretty much for the rest of your work week next week. But temperatures are going to stay pretty normal, staying at about the mid-60s. So not too much of a cool down for you in the southeast, but over in the interior, warmer temperatures for tomorrow. But warmer temperatures are going to start to cool off a little bit going into next week. So we're going to see temperatures cooling down almost 20 degrees. So you're going to see temperatures in the 60s for Fairbanks, and I'll get into that in the 7-day, but it's really interesting. So I guess you can look forward to a break from that heat if you don't enjoy the heat. And up in the North Slope, seeing temperatures staying pretty consistent. You're still in a heat advisory, but we'll see how those temperatures kind of kick off the week starting on Monday. Off in the western part of Alaska, we're seeing temperatures fairly consistent across the board in the 60s and the 70s, and mostly sunny skies with a little bit of clouds here and there. And in the Aleutians, temperatures are also pretty normal in the 50s with some cloud cover as well. I know that low pressure system that we're about to see in the south central, that's what was just over the Aleutian Islands. So they already had a taste of that, had some rain, had some clouds, and that's going to start to simmer away this week. But as we move towards south central, that's where we're going to start to see those clouds picking up. Even in the Kenai Peninsula, we saw some of those clouds rolling in today, with those temperatures staying pretty normal in the low to mid 60s, and Kodiak staying just a little bit cooler as normal. And for the Copper River Basin, we're seeing temperatures pretty normal as well. I know I sound like a broken record when I say that, but temperatures are really staying pretty much where they typically are for the seasonal average, and they're going to cool down just a little bit. So Copper River Basin, you're going to drop into probably the high 50s starting on Monday and starting this week. Now Matsu, I mentioned a high wind that's going to start to pick up, and that's going to pick up pretty much tonight and going into tomorrow as well. Palmer's seeing that wind gusting at 30 miles an hour. But temperatures are going to cool down just a little bit to the mid to low 60s. And for Anchorage and Girdwood, we're seeing temperatures pretty similar for tomorrow as what we saw today. But once we get into Monday and going through partway of our work week next week, we'll see those temperatures dropping just a little bit more to the lower half of the mid 60s. So for our 7-day for Fairbanks, we're seeing those temperatures cooling off just slightly partway through the work week next week, and a chance for showers mostly in the afternoon once we get to Monday. So starting off our work week with some afternoon showers, and shower potential really increases in the afternoon because that's when you have your warmest temperature. And in Fairbanks, look at that temperature decrease. It's pretty crazy, going from pretty much 80 degrees, and I know we saw mid 80s this past week, and dropping all the way down to the mid to low 60s by Wednesday and Thursday. So that's pretty crazy. And if you're in Fairbanks, I guess if you like rain, you can look forward to some rain, and if you don't, just look at it as a little bit of a relief from all of this fire danger that we had. So with that, if you're in the Fairbanks area, you can expect to see some rain picking up by about Monday or Tuesday, but especially Wednesday is when you're going to start to see most of that rain picking up, and you're also going to see most of that rain cooling temperatures down quite a bit. So I guess look forward to that relief in this summertime heat, especially for July. That's something to note. And for Fairbanks, we're cooling off a little bit, but not too much, staying pretty much normal with our mid to low 60s for temperatures, but overnight lows are going to get to those lower 50s and higher 40s. So again, good opportunity to cool off, crack the windows at night, let that air circulate the building. I know my apartment doesn't have AC, and I found that out the hard way this year when I moved up, but you know what? That's okay, because temperatures are going to start to cool down a little bit and give us all a little bit of a break from the heat. So with that, I hope everybody had a great 4th of July and a great start to your 4th of July weekend. And with that, I will leave you off with this view from Glen Alps, and you can already see the haze off into the distance with that little pinkish orangish hue and all those clouds starting to roll in. So I hope you have a great night tonight.